Oh, hi! It's there! And, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft RTX Survival. I'm just Ryan once again, and let's continue. Oh, some of that. So, good news, Brickcraft is back, or, and, Brickcraft is back as, yeah, sorry, uh, yeah, Brickcraft is back as the fiance to Alex Trista, had put up a post on their Patreon saying that they are indeed back. She just needed some time to, mourn. But anyway. Oh, what we're going to do today. Oh, yeah, I'm not quite sure what's with my TV, because I can't do the 120 hertz, and I can't do the, I can't do the 120 hertz, and I can't do the, man, I've been really out of it the last few days. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been really able to record because again, because I broke one of my cables for. We don't have any smooth deep slate on me, but yeah, I haven't been able to record recently because I've didn't have the no HDMI cable. I don't know what's wrong with me right now, but I'm going to try my best to record. Oh, that one had some. No, I this like, never mind. But man, am I really out of it. I mean, I haven't been able to record recently. Maybe I'm just. Oh, there's play. That's what it looks like on my TV right now. Yeah, I'm also. And also, I don't have the right settings on my TV right now. I don't know what happened. I lost my I needed a new cable. It took a week to ship. Fortunately, they're a lot cheaper than they used to be. Around $16 instead of around $60. But still. But anyway, so yeah, Brickcraft is indeed back, which is good. They haven't updated the pack at all, but but them being back is really nice. Because I would have kept playing this version forever. Also, I'm trying a new setup where I got an Alienware Pro mouse, which is wireless on my chair's arm. Also, my chair broke, by the way. I've just been having a bad time recently. And also, I was doing some exercises, so I'm a bit sore from that too. I've been doing wall push-ups, so yeah, that also is a thing. And I walked, to the end to the beginning of the neighborhood, which is about 500 feet and 500, which is about 500 yards. Around 500 feet, I mean. I could be that I just got up and I'm just not able to talk correctly. But I also think it's my autism really acting up. I really hope it's not. Well, what am I going to do if it is? Nothing much. So yeah. As we continue our roads through the tree farm. Well, there's your problem. Okay. It's doing night, which is not good because we'll waste the wood. So I'm getting used to my new setup. As you can see, I am able to point the mouse where I want. I'm able, and also I got the Alienware Pro keyboard, wireless one. Unfortunately, it's not you know, it's not a full keyboard. It's you know, it doesn't have the numpad, but it's better than you know, it's better than that Logitech keyboard in just every single way for gaming. Because it's fully mechanical, you can swap the keys out, or you swap the key switches out. It's really nice. I'll be doing a video just demonstrating my new setup, or just showing off my new Alienware setup, you know, sometime. Well, I'm really glad Cybercraft will be continued. Sorry that we lost a legend, but, you know, life has to go on. And that's one of the things I kind of wanted to talk about is, you know, why do I, as God, allow suffering? Because that seemingly is what big question people have that I'm going to have to answer probably in a public space probably I'm going to have to answer one day in front of a live audience, you know, probably in Congress or just somewhere else, because it's one of the bigger questions people have about you know, the Christian God, or about the Abrahamic God. And it's simple. Suffering, you know, is only temporary. Like, I, as Dirk Alexander, was suffer every single day of my existence because of me being sickly. Anyways, head back. I really like this path going through the forest, so you need one right there. There we go. One right there. I don't know if that's exactly correct, but it looks better. Dig with my hands because I don't want to swap the block. There we go. So yeah, it's because suffering's temporary. And the reason for, you know, this universe, you know, universe of Delta Zero, is because I don't want, you know, it's because I'm pro-existence, and I want the souls out in nothing space, you know, the souls that don't exist to exist. Like, I spent the past few months shaking hands with, you know, endless souls to, you know, get them into existence land. And one of the lessons that they need to learn is, you know, how to take suffering. Like, I, as the Holy Spirit and God, don't really suffer. And also, by the way, I split, you know, the reason why I split from the Holy Spirit as God, now we're one entity again, is because of you know, trying to be more human. Whether it's being a minor Roman god known as Bonus Ventus, when Luck tried living that way as a you know, as a Greek god, as a Greco-Roman god under Father Jupiter. But by the way, she was the firstborn of the Roman gods. And yes, Greco-Roman, you can say Greco-Roman, but that's just the pantheon. In reality, they're separate. The Greek gods are older than, you know, we're the older generation to the Roman gods. But anyway, they all got wiped out by the null force stacking, you know, in the 1st century. Which is also a thing. You know, I really took one for the team because I was not going to let them have, you know, Fortuna or luck. There was no me sacrificing luck to be at full power. But that's why in the past 2,000 years there hasn't been much, you know, activity from me. It's not because I wasn't there, it's because I was recovering from being, you know, shot by the null force. And by the way, there are more intelligent life in the universe. I just froze I just froze them in time and space from the period that they got achieved world peace or whatever their equivalent to that is. And whatever their equivalent to that is. And sorry, I'm just not feeling well. And also, it's not that I haven't recorded in a while. Again, also my chair's broke. Again. So I'm just not having, the most, the best time right now. But that's fine. Suffering is fine. Because, like I said, it's all temporary when you go to heaven, you don't have to suffer. Or when you go into the afterlife, back into the mix. If you're getting reincarnated, you're not going to suffer if you're not going to heaven. And when you go to heaven, you also get 3 choices. Hang out as a resident. So hang out as a resident so you can hang out as a resident so you can see your family when they finally meet you in heaven. And all sorts of things go to heaven from people who don't believe in Jesus to animals, planets, stars, stuff like that. But heaven's mostly made for humans and their pets. And also, people can get to heaven if they're not exactly a good person, by not just believing, not just trying to redeem themselves with Jesus, but also having vigils and stuff like that. If they're not the best person, really make your case. And yeah, that's the thing. Christians believe that only Christ gets you into heaven, which just isn't true. I don't know where they got that from, because Jesus never said that, at least as far as I understand. I don't think Jesus ever said, "Oh, the only way to heaven is through me." I mean, to be fair, those same Christians, put Jesus as the same person as God and as the Holy Spirit, even though why are the 3 of them if they're the same person? Does not seem like waste of time. I'm not saying that now that I recouped with the Holy Spirit, and I never was with Jesus Christ. That was just a thing people made up. Again, because Jesus said he was the Son of God. If he ever said he wasn't the Son of God, that's mainly because he just wanted them off his case. Jesus wasn't having the best of time when his time to go to heaven came. He was really getting tired of this nonsense. That was his life before that, because the Christian church started up and started doing all the types of misunderstandings that they have today. But Jesus still has has been working with being a guide angel, again, I'm not feeling well, guys. I'm really struggling to talk. It's probably my autism. That doesn't look right, but so be it. So he really got tired and just wanted to work as a guide angel for the Christians because they expected it of him, and he really enjoys it. And now he'll be coming back soon. Actually, soon this time. For real this time. Actually, soon this time to, be on Earth with the living, and also able to go back and help the dead, go to heaven. You guys, yeah, one of the many ways to get in heaven is to believe in Jesus and, go and be ready to go with him to heaven. Also, yeah, me and Casey and Luck, which by the way, Casey and Luck are two very different people, because Casey does not want to be, you know, because Casey does not want to be, you know, one with Luck. That does not look right. Are there any more like that? Okay, kind of. But you sir do not look right. There you go, that's better. And sorry if I start topic and don't return to it. Again, like I said, I'm not feeling the best today. Why did I do that? That was not smart. Let's make that 3. There we go. But yeah, like things are starting to really slow down for me in the last few months. A lot less events have been happening, and that's a really good thing. As I was getting tired from all of the events I've been having to do to recover from the Null Wars or the last Null campaign. Because thinking about it, only really the last 10 years have been really hard on me. I see you swing. Only the past 10 years have been really hard on me. No, so do we plant these anywhere? I think we plant these somewhere. It's not gonna grow there. I mean, not true, that's the tray farm, but oh well. But yeah. Anything else I want to talk about? I mean, again, I probably... Ow, I didn't mean to press the spacebar. Again, I'm really... You know, again, I'm really... My autism's really been active recently. And also, we need more deep slate. Couple deep slate. There we go. Maybe we don't need more deep slate. Yeah, maybe I'm just also tired from I'm also somehow tired. I'm not quite sure. Actually, yeah, let's get more deep slate. But my setup is working. Again, my chair is broken, so it's kind of just pushed against the wall. Hopefully they'll be able to repair it soon. It's just... they had to get the parts so they haven't been able to fix it yet. And I've really been struggling without my chair. I had no idea it meant that much to me. I mean, I had some idea, but not all of the idea. So I've been feeling really, really bad without my chair. And also, this mouse is working very well with its, using the arm. And it's heavy enough not to slip by, unlike my ultra light mouse. But I was expecting the diamond pickaxe to go faster, but it's probably because it's deep slate these days, hard to mine. Which, is fine. Which is a fun decision that they made to make deep slate the last couple hundred, or the last couple dozen blocks that you hit the bottom. But I also want to go back and play some Halo 3 ODST, also Call of Duty, of course, and all the new games that I bought I need to get to eventually. I've been really filling out my library because of all the really good sales on Steam recently. Okay. I think 2 stacks of more deep slate should be fine. Ah, again, it didn't work. Yeah, I might need to turn up the sensitivity a little bit. But no, like, I'm really loving the current gen Alienware stuff for my new 5090 15-inch laptop to, or 16-inch laptop to, you know, these peripherals. But also recently, Casey, you know, wanted me to do a thought experiment of what if I came to a world with not much magic, maybe magic that was, you know, only because of people existing. You know, their consciousness was somehow, you know, contributing to magic. There was nothing beyond the universe, stuff like that. And we spent we spent like 2 or 3 days in that mindset, and then just abandoned it when it just wasn't working. Like there is, you know, of all, you know, I've tried my hardest to wriggle away from being God, but I just can't. I'm just that. Also, yeah, like I said, you know, God is the personification of the Holy Spirit. You know, it's the person version of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit, you know, is just the Holy Spirit. It's very much like the Force from Star Wars, except there's a smiley face. It's really bubbly personality, but it doesn't talk too much. It shows. Like all the signs that you read about in the Bible that weren't God directly speaking was the Holy Spirit. Like the burning bush, you know, all of the pillars of smoke, like from example, the Hebrew Bible, from the beginning of Israel and Judah. Okay, I think that's fine. At least we know a place where we can get more deep slate. I mean, it's called just go dig more underground, but with all these canyons and with all these caves that now exist, it's pretty hard to. Taking the time, we are good. But yeah, I'm just, you know, just relaxing, waiting for the next canon event, you know, completing that. But yeah, no, like, we have it on the authority that, you know, that me and Casey are going to high five. You know, I'll get all my memories of me and her back, as well as, you know, make the world into a perfect glorified world that was promised in the Bible. I mean, you know, I promised that I promised that the ecological systems will come to a standstill. Everyone be singing Kumbaya. Did I really promise that? I don't think I did. I think many of the early Christians did promise that, but I don't think they can. I don't think they speak for me, or you know, I don't think they speak for me. But yeah, no. Actually, let's go to wheat farm. But I don't think they do now, do they? Yeah, wheat farm's done. Just want to get more wheat, even though we have plenty. And we'll be able to get the stuff downstream when we get there. But yeah, no, like, it's, no, like, the new ability for you to jump on till dirt and not, or on plants even, and not wreck them so easily is really. Oh, that one did it. And don't wreck them so easily is really nice. Or maybe it's just more random. Might be more random. But yeah, like I can expand the wheat farm, but I don't really need to. It's just so much wheat and just this amount of wheat farm. And I got wheat planet. Come on. Okay, give me the seeds. I say there's so much wheat, and then I look at the actual number, and it's not crazy. Plant the seeds, plant the seeds. I don't know. But like, I can do more wheat farm than this. Maybe not right this second, but I can. So yeah, oh, now I feel ready to talk. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I just wasn't looking at the frickin' screen. we got all the seeds in the world. That one needs to be rectified. And there's even more seeds. So I gotta figure out the pathing system. Oh yeah, we got plenty. Oh, that was unfortunate. It's like now you start breaking. But yeah. Also, I've been watching a lot of Protestant tube. Because, especially this one guy called Zoomer, and, it's just, it's really nice hearing, their perspective, even though they have many wrong things that they say, like, for example, they all have they all say their religion is perfect and true, when there are a lot of ways that can tear it apart, but anyway. Again, like, I think the reason I'm a-religious, like, you don't have to be Beander's heroes, and most of my heroes are not a-religious, but, I just can't be, because I know the actual truth, you're working on the religions, even though you have your own truth, yeah, that's kind of how this works. Unfortunately, yeah, it's not a great system, but it's the system we have. Yeah, go in there. Not gonna make more wheat now. That's fine. We got extra logs. That's great. A singular apple. Not great. We also have glass now. I don't need to get more glass. That's fantastic. And I'm putting you in the first just. We got white wool somehow magically. Half more dirt. How about the deep picking on there for right now? Oh yeah, so good, so good. I need some of this dirt back. Because I always need dirt on me to do stuff. Okay, we can put more couple beefs in there. If I can find it. We got plenty of charcoal left, and I'm gonna wrap things up because it's been 30 minutes, and that's a nice stopping point. But things are starting to calm down. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. What the Holy Spirit has planned for. I say what I said, but then I treat us as one person. We weren't for a while, but now we are. We weren't for like 29. I said a while for 29 years. Well, what is 29 years when I know billions? We're apart, but we're also like the Holy Spirit's my subconscious kind of thing. Like, it's always there in the background, doing stuff. But in the last 29 years, I actually make requests. I make wishes to the Holy Spirit. Now we are one once again. Once again, since we were apart for 29 years. again, I need to fix the color correction on my TV. Also, I think I'm using an active cable and it's just not getting enough power because I'm using a very interesting, it's a its power extension has like a normal it has normal US power plug, and it just has a ton of USB connections, but apparently it doesn't work all that well because it doesn't have enough power. Maybe I just need to put it in a different, slot in my backup power in my backup battery. But yeah, I mean, might just not be getting enough power, which is causing all these symptoms. But we'll see. But anyway, I'm really glad that Brickcraft is back, and yeah, I mean, I'm I believe religion is great if that's if that's what you need, and if that's your thing. Like there are countless people in these heroes who are religious, so it's not like something. It's not like it's a bad thing or anything. It's just that all religions have, are right and wrong in their own unique ways. I know, especially all the Christian denominations. They're all right and wrong in their own ways. But anyway, so it's funny when they try to say it's true. It's, terrible when they say they converted a Jew or Muslim in some cases. Like the whole it as a conquest, not as, unfortunate, not as, like they decided to come over, and that's unfortunate, but what you're gonna do, free will and whatnot. I just don't, and also within Christendom, they do it too. Like Catholics and Protestants are always trying to get one over on each other. I really don't like religious infighting. It's so stupid. But I mean, again, like fighting with each other is fine. Like the U.S. military branches like fighting with each other, but they do it healthfully. I don't think the Christian, dominations or the Catholics do it healthfully. But I wouldn't have been able to get this far. I wouldn't be able to get here if it wasn't for Catholics and Protestants, and Jews and Muslims. Not Islamists, by the way, Muslims. Islamists are essentially the extremists in Islam. But I say Muslims because they follow the actual Muhammad, and, they're good people. And everyone's starting to agree on that. But no, like, I'm seeing signs of people finally getting to figure out we've been in Revelations for 29 years. I'm starting to really figure out exactly, starting to really figure out, we're almost done with Revelation. Like I said, we've been on the sixth bowl for a few months now, or for a few weeks now, and the sixth bowl is pouring on the sun and causing earthquakes. The sun causing earthquakes and heat, which it's doing right now. It's very obvious, it's very, objectively doing. It's the most objective bowl and seal in Revelations. And I put that there just to be, this is how this works. For me in the current era. But anyway, alright, so that'll be it for today. Thanks for watching. Anything else I want to talk about before we sign off? I don't think so. I'm very slowly maintaining my backlog of my backlog of videos, so I can upload more often. But still, it's still a struggle, especially when things are breaking. But I know now my Alienware stuff works. It worked a treat once I started getting used to it. My chair is broken, but it's not going to stop me from recording. And, yeah, I just took a whole video to warm up, unfortunately. But yeah, that'd be real. Thanks for watching, and I guess see you in the next again.